Right now at noon, the Delta variant is continuing to infect counties in our area, the latest place it's been reported. And the future of one Green Bay Packers star is in question, and it's not Aaron Rodgers.
This is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon. I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 on this Friday. A hot and humid start to the weekend. Austin's over in the Weather Center with a look at our first warn forecast. Kind of sticky out there.
I would say it's very sticky outside, and it's been that way since this morning. I was on the morning show, so driving in at about 2:30 this morning, it was in the mid-70s with very high relative humidity, so it didn't feel great at pretty much any point in the nighttime last night. We are seeing some sunshine poking through, generally partly to even mostly cloudy skies at times, mid-80s as of right now. Now, we have seen a few lighter showers popping up in our eastern area, and that's heading towards Milwaukee and Kenosha. Most of us are looking to stay dry here for today. Temperatures, they're pretty warm, mid-80s in Madison, Janesville, Watertown as well. A little bit on the cooler side of things towards the Dells right now at 82 degrees. But the dew points, well, they could be a lot better. You shave off around 10, even 20 degrees from the dew points, and it's a beautiful day, but unfortunately, we're still sitting in those upper 60s and low 70s, so it feels very, very muggy out there. But it does look like we're looking pretty good to go here for today. Saturday and Sunday, lower 90s expected. Partly sunny skies, chance of showers for tomorrow, especially in the morning hours, but I'll have all the details you need to know, and if there's even a severe potential there with that tomorrow, that's coming up soon.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you, Austin. The Delta variant has been confirmed in Rock County. This isn't the first time the variant has been found in Wisconsin. The first case was reported back in April. Researchers say this strain of the COVID virus spreads more rapidly than all of the other variants, but if you are vaccinated, it does provide protection against the Delta variant. Along with the Delta, the Alpha, the Beta, and the Gamma variants were previously found in Rock County. Pfizer announced today that the Biden administration has purchased 200 million more doses of its COVID-19 vaccine. It comes amid growing concerns over the impact of vaccine hesitancy. In 16 states, less than half of the population has received one dose. Skylar Henry reports from the White House.
In Nevada, which has the highest rate of positive COVID tests nationwide, federal COVID surge response teams are working with local groups to target communities with the lowest vaccination rates.
We try to improve those rates so we can save lives.
In 16 states, less than half the population has received at least one dose of the vaccine. Federal health officials are urging Americans to get vaccinated to protect against the Delta variant, which now accounts for more than 80% of new infections.
The Delta variant is more aggressive and much more transmissible than previously circulating strains.
Los Angeles County reported its highest number of COVID cases since last winter. County health officials say fully vaccinated people make up 20% of new infections.
The vast majority of those folks only experienced either no illness or very mild illness.
As the Delta variant surges, the CDC says there are no current plans to change mask guidance for fully vaccinated adults. Although President Biden says it is possible mask mandates could return for children under the age of 12 in schools. Chicago has become the latest major city to implement mask mandates in their public schools, joining Boston and Atlanta. The American Academy of Pediatrics says about 1/3 of 16 to 17-year-olds and only a quarter of 12 to 15-year-olds nationwide are fully vaccinated. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
The AAP also says more than 4 million children in the U.S. have tested positive for the virus, including more than 23,000 just last week. Dane County deputies are asking for your help identifying a vehicle that's involved in a hit-and-run investigation. It happened last Friday around 10 in the morning at the intersection of Norway and Bristol roads in the town of Bristol. Deputies say a 58-year-old woman was riding her bicycle and making a turn when a driver of a silver-colored SUV cut her off, causing her to crash. The woman was taken to the hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Anyone who may have witnessed the crash is asked to contact Dane County deputies. The long-term future of a Green Bay Packers star seems to be in question. Reports from the NFL Network's Ian Rappaport says that long-term talks between the Packers and wide receiver Davante Adams have stopped. Rappaport says the two sides have been negotiating for months. Adams is signed with the Packers through this upcoming season. He's set to become an undrafted free agent in 2022. During his career in Green Bay, the 29-year-old has 62 touchdowns and over 6,500 receiving yards. This comes as quarterback Quarterback Aaron Rodgers declined contract extensions and hasn't participated in any off-season activities. Training camp for Green Bay is set to start next week. The NFL is cracking down on player vaccinations for COVID-19 just days before those training camps begin. In a memo to all 32 teams, Commissioner Roger Goodell says outbreaks among unvaccinated players could cause teams to forfeit games. Those forfeits would carry financial penalties for teams and players. Dr. Anthony Fauci says the NFL is sending a strong message.
When an organization as big as the NFL sends a message like that, what do you think that does for other organizations and businesses?
I think that gives them the impetus to do the same sort of thing. And I think you're going to be seeing that there will be local mandates, be they from colleges and universities or places of business, that there will be pressures for people to get vaccinated.
Right now, only 14 of the 32 teams, less than half, have at least 85% of its players vaccinated. The opening ceremony for Tokyo's 2020 Olympic Games took place in a mostly empty stadium because of COVID, with many still skeptical how the Games will play out. COVID cases in Tokyo are reaching a new 6-month high of nearly 2,000 a day. Friday's opening ceremony reflects that. Stadiums will be without fans. Even the athletes' families and friends are not allowed to be inside arenas to watch them compete. So the energy and excitement will be squarely focused on athletic skill. Team USA's women's basketball star Sue Bird and baseball's infielder Eddie Alvarez are flag bearers for the opening ceremony.
You're known as a leader. Are you carrying that into the opening ceremonies tonight?
I kind of am who I am. I'm a point guard. I'm a leader. I don't know. It's all like intertwined in who I am as a person. So it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to be with me always.
The U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee says that about 100 of the 613 U.S. athletes are not vaccinated. About 83% of U.S. athletes reported that they received vaccines. Cleveland's Major League Baseball team is getting a new name. The team was known as the Indians since 1915, but it'll now be called the Guardians. The ball club announced the name change on Twitter, ending months of internal discussion triggered by a national reckoning by institutions and teams to permanently drop logos and names considered racist. The choice of Guardians will undoubtedly be criticized by many of the club's diehard fans. The organization says they spent most of the past year whittling down a list of potential names that was at nearly 1,200 just over a month ago. President Biden is imposing new sanctions on the Cuban regime after the violent crackdown on anti-government protesters earlier this month. The Biden administration announced sanctions on Alvaro Lopez Miera, the Cuban Minister of Defense, as well as the Cuban Interior Ministry Special Brigade for repressing the peaceful pro-democracy protests in Cuba that began July 11th. There are reports about 500 people were detained since the protests began. In a statement, President Biden said the Cuban people have the same right to freedom and expression and peaceful assembly as all people. Miami's mayor argues Cuba is not a priority of the Biden administration.
The Cuban people are defending themselves with rocks and sticks against guns and clubs. And so I've even called for things as dramatic as not taking off the table the possibility of some level of military intervention.
The director of the Cuban Research Institute at Florida International University says the Biden administration is trying to find the middle ground between the more open policies of the Obama administration and former President Trump's swift reversal. Well, there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon.
New vaccine data highlights the most effective period between doses and a cut rate way for concert goers to make up for lost time. I'm Diane King Hall at the New York Stock Exchange. I'll have those stories and more in your CBS Money Watch report.
Stock up during the big Hy-Vee brand sale this Thursday through Sunday. Get Hy-Vee products for just 99 cents. Get Hy-Vee peanut butter, apple juice, pasta sauce, and baked beans, just 99 cents each. Thursday through Sunday at Hy-Vee.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-7929. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call Credit Associates now to see how much you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-7929.
Hupy and Abraham has been voted best by the public year after year. Now, top media outlets have rated them best personal injury law firm.
You have one opportunity to call the best.
Hupy and Abraham.
They got me $750,000.
Over $1 million.
If you've been injured in an accident, tell them you mean business. Call Hupy and Abraham, 800-800-5678 right now.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
McGann Furniture in downtown Baraboo should probably be called McGann Furniture and Flooring because we're the area's oldest and most experienced floor covering store. Our friendly staff will explain the many types of flooring available, answer questions, and make suggestions so you can choose what's best for your home and lifestyle. We always offer free in-home measurements and estimates and use the finest installers in the entire area. And remember, at McGann's, we don't inflate prices only to mark them down for a sale. Stop in today and discover the difference. You'll be glad you did. McGann Furniture, downtown Baraboo.
It's the big Hy-Vee brand sale this Thursday through Sunday. Hy-Vee ice cream, just $2.48. Hy-Vee potatoes, only $1.48. And Hy-Vee salads, just $3.99. Don't miss the big Hy-Vee brand sale this Thursday through Sunday.
A longer gap between Pfizer and BioNTech's first and second shot may help boost effectiveness. According to a new study from the University of Oxford, an interval of 8 weeks may be the sweet spot. The research weighed immune response in a range of 3 to 10 weeks. While the shot regimen generated a strong reaction on the shorter timeline, neutralizing antibody levels were higher on the longer end. Diners and shoppers are back out in force, and that means business is booming for American Express. The card company says it earned more than $2.2 billion in its second quarter. That was better than expected. Hold tight. Pay raises are on the way. According to a new Willis Towers Watson survey, companies are planning to hand out bigger raises next year. The consulting firm says businesses are projecting average salary increases of 3% for 2022 versus the 2.7% people got this year. And for just $20, you can see some of the world's biggest performers. Live Nation says it's offering $20 all-in tickets to nearly 1,000 upcoming concerts, including the Jonas Brothers, Kiss, and Maroon 5. Some of the events will take place at Live Nation's 40 outdoor amphitheaters across the U.S. Tickets go on sale next Wednesday. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to CBSMoneyWatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Diane King Hall.
Thank you, Diane. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrial is up 196 points. The NASDAQ up 123. The S&P 500 up 37. Those numbers are in record territory. We'll see if they hold to the close. A hot and humid start to your Friday will continue into the weekend. Austin will let us all know ahead in your certified most accurate forecast.
Black Friday and July mattress deals must end Tuesday at Ashley Home Store. Save up to 60% off the best brands. Plus, pay as little as $20 a month for luxury mattresses. Through Tuesday only at Ashley Home Store.
Feels good to be home. Whether you're heading back to campus, the classroom, or learning from home, Menards has school supplies, dorm decor, and everything else in between. Fill up your backpack with notebooks, pens, and more. Or put together the perfect study spot at home. Stop into Menards and stock up on everything for back to school. Plus, save 11% on all of it. Hurry in while supplies last. Start the school year off right with 11% off everything, now at Menards.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family. Do good things in the community. Help out your neighbors. You've been there for so many others. Now, we're here for you. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
This is your last chance to score Black Friday deals in July at Ashley Home Store. Find doorbusters at Black Friday discounts of up to 60% off, plus no interest for 5 years. Pay less than $20 a month for a new room you'll love. Must end Tuesday. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Hi, folks. Saturday morning, Chris Reese is in tracking a heat wave that could bring storms with it. He'll tell us how long it's going to last and help plan out your weekend. Join us Saturday morning at 5 and 8.
News 3 Now's Call for Action gets answers when you can't.
A COVID patient's care jeopardized by insurance denials. After we contacted Aetna, the company reversed course.
News 3 Now's Call for Action, taking action for you. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
And let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report. A hot weekend on tap.
Boy, and can you imagine those folks up in Eau Claire County? Yesterday, Wisconsin Farm Technology Days wrapped up, but now they've got the unglorious task of moving all that stuff out, all the tents, all the big equipment, and that's happening today. The good news is the weather cooperated with the folks up there, and they had a great attendance. They are estimating somewhere in the neighborhood of 52,000 people came through the gates over the course of the 3 days' time. Whether you're counting cards or actually counting admission tickets or something like that, you can debate how accurate it is. What I can tell you is people were hungry when they got there. They had created a very special hamburger for the event itself, the Big Rig, to kind of honor the family that was hosting, the Rig family. And they said they sold out of the burgers literally every day of the show. So over 10,000 hamburger, pulled pork, cheese, bacon, coleslaw, and horseradish sandwiches that they shared through the course of 3 days. So literally a ton of meat. Jason Meyer, who's got the Big Stack Meats and Catering that brought all the food, said literally over 2,000 pounds of their signature pulled pork was served during the course of Wisconsin Farm Technology Day. So a good job there. Now, next year, the show will move to Clark County, where it's going to look a little bit more traditional. Back on a dairy farm, the Rail Dairy Farm will be the host, and they will go back to having field demonstrations. 2023 is still a little up in the air. Matt Gluen, the general manager of the show, is going to be stepping away and retiring at the end of this year. Arnie Jennerman from Verona will be the first non-extension person that will take over the reins. 2023, they're expecting to go to the Badgers Team and Gas Engine Show Club grounds between Wisconsin Dells and Baraboo. Today, barrel cheese in Chicago was up 3 cents at $1.40 1/4. 40-pound block cheese up 4 1/4 at $1.58 1/2. Double A butter remains unchanged for Friday at $1.69 1/2 per pound. So yeah, for those kids that are at the Columbia County Fair in Portage Mark or the Greene County Fair in Monroe, going to be a long weekend. Going to be a lot of double duty, trying to make sure that you're taking care of animals, yourselves, and your families.
And Angie Horkin was out here from the Beef Council this week, and she was at the Technology Days too, and she was complaining about her dirty feet.
See, I told you. There was dust galore for all of us.
I guess so. All right, have a good weekend, Pam.
You too. Thanks.
Here's Austin now with the forecast.
And, you know, we are looking at a warm and toasty weekend, and it starts even here today on this Friday. Outdoors right now looks pretty decent. We do have some cloud cover, but honestly today, again, just like yesterday, the more cloud cover, honestly, the better, because it'll help to keep those overall temperatures down. And thankfully, we're not seeing much in terms of local rain showers, just a few blips here tracking towards Milwaukee and away from us. But in the overnight hours, there were a few showers that tried to pop up as well. Not so much here locally as we continue our dry streak. But our severe weather outlook for tomorrow does show marginal risk for severe weather. I do think our best shot to see this would be in the morning hours. And since it is in the morning hours, it limits daytime heating. You don't quite get that high heat heat and humidity that helps fuel these storms. So what ends up happening is you have a very small chance to see strong to severe thunderstorms. And that's exactly what we're looking at. See what happens for tomorrow. This weak disturbance looks to make its way through, but this model already shows it falling apart well before it actually makes its way here locally, and then it just brings some cloud cover to our area. But that's only one model. A few of our other models are actually holding on with these showers, even though it's still not the greatest chance. You look at this future track and it still does show some of these showers holding on, maybe some weaker thunderstorms as well, but even this model is not really showing that big potential for strong to severe thunderstorms until it clears through our area. Then you can see some redevelopment as temperatures crank up here in the southeastern part of the state. So that is a possibility, especially down to our south and southeast. Waukesha, Milwaukee, Kenosha, they have the better chance of actually seeing those strong to severe thunderstorms. For us, still about a 30% chance of showers and storms for tomorrow. Sunday looking dry, Monday also looking dry, but then next week with high heat and more humidity, we do have that chance to see pretty much some pop-up afternoon showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm as well. But the temperatures, this is the main story. Upper 80s, low 90s, heat indices in the mid to even upper 90s. We could be nearing 100 degrees in the heat index here for some days, so we really are going to warm things up, and that is starting right now. 84 degrees in Madison, 83 in Monroe, 88 degrees right now in Boscobel, so we really do have some high heat, and the humidity, unfortunately, it's unrelenting right now. 72 degrees for the dew point in Janesville. Some of our southern friends right now are seeing those lower 70s, and that does not make it feel too great outside. The lower the dew point, the better in the summertime. But our wind speeds are also looking pretty good to go. Not really much of a concern there. Weekend forecast showing lower 90s for both Saturday and Sunday, so really staying hot out there throughout the entirety of this weekend. Even today, we have that high of 89 degrees. Wind speeds won't help us out too much here from the southwest. That's actually just going to fuel those temperatures. But overall, in your 10-day forecast, we do have still quite a bit of some sunshine mixed in. And next week, although we have plentiful rain chances, most of those we're going to stay dry with just that chance to see a passing shower or storm.
Yeah, could use some rain, that's for sure.
We definitely could. Yeah, we're still far behind right now.
All right. Thank you, Austin. Today in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, they're sharing a secret recipe. Here's Howard.
If you've ever wondered how restaurants make really good tempura, you know, the kind when the batter is so light and crispy, you can't seem to get enough of it. Pay close attention, because we're revealing how they do it. All we do is combine some biscuit mix with a bit of cayenne pepper, garlic powder, and salt. Then we'll add our secret ingredient, club soda. The bubbles in the soda make the batter nice and airy. Once that's mixed, we can dunk strips of chicken, broccoli florets, whole mushrooms, zucchini chunks, or any veggie meat or fish we want. Once each piece is well coated, we'll carefully add one piece at a time to some hot oil. If you have a countertop deep fryer, this is a good time to take it out. Otherwise, a soup pot will do the trick. Also, you want the oil to be about 350 degrees, because if it's too hot, the batter will burn before the inside cooks through. Once they're golden, remove them from the oil, drain them on paper towels, and repeat the process until everything is done. Just look at this breading, light yet crispy. Maybe serve these up with some plum or sweet and sour sauce and dunk away. However you serve these, you can count on everyone loving them. I hope you'll go online to get our recipe for our secret tempura combo so you can enjoy this tasty Asian favorite right at home. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where every day we're looking for an easier way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, Howard, thank you. Ahead at noon, we'll introduce you to our Dane County Humane Society Pet of the Week. We'll meet Ripley right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Do you suffer from ED? Did you know there could be a way to relieve ED without harmful medications, needles, or surgery? Peak Performance for Men is here to help. Click or call now to treat your ED. And remember, our results make the difference.
Don't you wish you could wave a magic wand and have whiter teeth? Well, you can, but it's not magic. It's Power Swabs. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and boom, whiter teeth and a better smile. And since you're not dealing with messy trays or awkward strips, you're less vulnerable to the harsh sensitivity they sometimes create.
I've used strips. They seem to really hurt my teeth. The Power Swabs, it just seemed very gentle.
It's so simple and easy. You just open it, you apply it to your teeth, you forget it's there, and I noticed that they're white and bright again like they were before.
I noticed actually a difference the first time that I used Power Swabs. You put on the first coat and then the activator goes on, and immediately you start seeing it working.
It only takes 5-minute applications to get a brighter, whiter smile with Power Swabs. You just snap, swab, and smile. Power Swabs have been clinically studied to whiten natural teeth and remove stains from caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so powerful, it removes stains from coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking.
I love my coffee in the morning.
I will never stop drinking coffee. I will not be the person drinking hot coffee with a straw.
As much coffee as I drink, I can use my Power Swabs and eliminate the staining.
When I used the Power Swabs, I applied it directly to my front tooth where the coffee stain was.
I like being able to individually get the teeth, and most importantly, it got kind of in between the grooves.
You can put it directly on the stain that you see on your teeth, and it's so precise.
But as powerful as it is, it's also gentle and causes 0 to minimal sensitivity.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab, and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
Take it from me as someone who has gone the dental route, but has also gone on the shelf route, and I've not really seen anything work as effective and as easy as Power Swabs.
Whiten your teeth today by ordering Power Swabs and receive 40% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free quick stick pen to use on the go after meals or a cup of coffee. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
It is time to introduce you to our pet of the week, Ripley. Our friends at the Dane County Humane Society believe that she is a Great Dane Lab mix. Big girl. She's about a year old. Ripley's a sweet and snuggly girl, though, who's great with people and other animals. She's a little nervous and is scared of heading outdoors. She has 0 separation anxiety and is very quiet. Ripley is looking for a patient and positive home that'll be willing to give her some extra time to make sure that she's safe. That's that face. If you're interested in adopting Ripley or checking out the other animals at the Dane County Humane Society, go to giveshelter.org. And last week's pet, Tiger Lily, has been adopted. Good news. And get your back-to-school shopping off to a good start at the Dane County Humane Society's thrift store on Watts Road. It's just across from Woodman's. They have great deals on secondhand items such as children's clothes and shoes. Proceeds from the store sales benefit the shelter. Learn more at giveshelter.org. And finally, an annual mayfly invasion is infecting central Wisconsin. Check out these images from a gas station in Nakusa. Mayflies piled up on top of each other on the gas pumps at this BP station. It took employees over 4 hours to clean them up. They used leaf blowers to get them off the pumps and then shoveled them into garbage bags. Once mayflies come out of the lake, they mate and migrate over to light, where they live for 24 to 48 hours before dying and causing a mess like this one. You want me to do what?
That looks gross.
What a mess, yes, indeed.
Oh, my.
Hopefully, unfortunately, it's only once a year.
Right.
All right, a hot weekend coming up.
It is going to be a hot weekend, and it's even here right now outside with the mid-80s. Very warm temperatures currently, but we are going to rise into the upper 80s. Evening planners still staying on the warmer side of things if you're planning on going out here later on tonight. And I have to stress this again, we have to stay hydrated for this weekend because we do have plenty of high heat. Not a ton of rain chances, just about a 30% chance to see that shower, maybe an isolated thunderstorm tomorrow morning. And down to our southeast, 1 or 2 of those storms could be on the stronger side of things, so we're going to keep a close eye on that here tomorrow morning. Other than that, we're looking good to go for the weekend, but it will be hot and it will be muggy. Sunday, the humidity does drop a little bit before it returns on Monday.
All right, take it easy out there, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.